Hey, hey YouTube.
Hey
Okay.
YouTube.
Hey YouTube. Okay, let's.
Didn't see.
Oh, didn't notice you there. Okay. Hello YouTubers. Thanks for watching this 10-minute update. Um, Jeroen will kick it off with the first topic.
All right. So we're gonna get right away started. Well, we're gonna get started right away with the Lekker update because I assume that's what most people will be most interested in. We have a trial production date. The trial production will take place the 17th of December. We of course, like we're hoping to get it planned a little bit earlier, but then we kind of had to fit it in the factory schedule and had to do some preparations and everything. But then the date is set for the trial production. So the trial production is the very, very last step for mass production. So the trial production will create 50 keyboards, and it will test everything when it comes to like of course like all the, let's say that the technical stuff is already all finished, and this is very focused on the process itself. So they have like some like special tooling to put all the switches on the plate, for example. They need to test the different steps for assembling the keyboard. They need to do some tests along the way to check like different things with the keyboard, like are your stabilizers okay? Are your switches okay? Is the RGB okay? All that kind of stuff. So that is all going to be uh, tested live during the trial production, the 17th of December. Another update we have is that I assume Caller talked about this 2 weeks ago. I'm not 100% sure, but then we had to make some Wooting 2 mold adjustments again to the bottom case, and those will finish. What is this? 29th of November. Yeah. So 29th of November, we can create the bottom cases that are going to be used for the trial production.
Yeah. Another thing in between. The Calder will also. Calder's currently working on a new Lekker update with more information, and that blog post will go out next week. And maybe a little highlight, also around the 17th when the DVT is done, Calder and Kevin will go to in Taiwan somewhere where they can actually see and test the DVT sample that came out of it. And depending on how exciting it is, there will be a vlog, but maybe it's like very boring and just like a simple office space with a finished product there. So we'll have to see what to expect there. But if it's something somewhat interesting, then God will definitely make a vlog, and that's also something to look forward to. Yeah.
Oh
So it
yeah,
won't be
we,
like
we
a factory visit, but just a final sample visit, so to
yeah,
speak. Yeah.
pick up the trial production sample.
Yes.
All right. Um, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, so before I also said that we are working on the testing process, and these last 2 weeks we've been working a lot on finalizing these testing steps, which kind of consists of, okay, when we look at the keyboard, before we send it to you guys, like what do we want to make sure that it works 100%? And of course, a big part of that is the analog value. And for those of you who've been following this for a while, you are probably already familiar with the analog testing machine, which is like the coat hanger machine with all the pins and stuff that you see in the old vlogs. So that one is actually in the new factory now, and we're gonna also use that one for the Wooting Lekker production. So, but the last time we used that machine, or at least the last time we made software for the machine was, God, like 3 years ago or something. So we kind of like had to rewrite some stuff there to like fit it in our new production software. We also spend a surprising amount of time on figuring out how to get the serial number in the keyboard, and it also to match with the serial number that is in your firmware. So when you open up the utility now, let's say you have a Wooting keyboard, you open up the utility, you can see in the utility at the settings menu, you can see your serial number. And then if you look underneath your keyboard, the serial number in the utility matches magically with the one on the label. Of course, they arrange that in the factory. Turns out doing that is pretty difficult. Surprisingly difficult. So now we're gonna have probably have a solution with a QR code serial number, where in the factory they can just print the labels, and then during the assembly they can scan the QR code, and then it can talk with our software, and then it can write in the firmware. But what that will mean is that probably starting from now on, for most of our keyboards, we're going to have a QR code serial code. QR code serial code, yeah, that is correct, on the bottom of our keyboard. So I think that will be that is pretty cool.
Don't scan it. Okay.
Don't scan it.
Okay, so that's really really nice about the whole factory stuff, and I think that also sums up the whole Lekker information we currently have and the current standings of it, and definitely look forward to the blog coming out next week.
Yeah. Something
about input speed, Jeroen.
Something about input speed.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So of course we're still working a lot on the Lekker firmware, and what we've been focusing for the last 2 weeks on is input speed, because of course we want to, with the new Lekker switches, we want to get the fastest input speed in the game, keep the crown, and we've actually made quite a lot of improvements that we are also able to roll back to the FlareTech switches as well. So what we focused on, and I think Color will go into more detail about this in the blog, so I'll keep it short. Maybe we can jump back in the stream to this topic later to go a bit deeper. But basically, we have improved 2 major things, which is better parallel scanning, which is like scanning multiple rows on our keyboard at the same time. And second is we implemented this sort of like background, let's call it background scanning system, where it's like your scanning is kind of like its own little process running in the background that just continuously scans the keys, so it doesn't like wait for RGB or wait for handling your keys and stuff, but you will always get the latest analog update values. Yes, so that is something we're working on. So I don't know what the exact impact will be on the FlareTech keyboards yet, but I do know it should have a very good impact on the input speed, especially when you also combine it with RGB effects. So I'm not sure if we can get the like smaller, if we can guarantee like the smaller than 1 millisecond when you have RGB effects on. But what you'll definitely be able to notice is that we'll have like we can definitely shave off a few milliseconds to the scanning there in combination with RGB effects, because we can do the scanning, the key scanning in the background now. So that is pretty cool.
Cool. Okay, this is something I promised you guys the last stream, but I couldn't make it work. It was a post that also went on social media, I think right after the stream. But it's a better example of rapid trigger with a simple RGB effect Jeroen and Simon made. Was it Simon or you who made it? I don't know.
Simon made it.
Okay, so it's very cool. So what you can see in this video is when the light turns green, the key is activated and Jeroen is pressing it down or holding it. And as soon as it goes red, Jeroen is lifting.
Wait, I see a white screen on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see now. Okay, never mind.
So and as soon as you lift the switch up, so as soon as you release the key, it turns red. And this is like a very cool thing to show dynamically where your activation and reset point of the switch lies. So green is activation, red is reset. Very cool. It's so simple, but it's also very impressive to showcase what rapid trigger actually can do. Anything you want to add, Jeroen?
Yes. This was actually CrossVS's suggestion. I don't know. I honestly don't. I didn't hear what you asked me earlier. I thought who made this. I don't know if you said who made this or we thought of this, because who thought of this, I just want to get on the record that it was CrossVS. It was a very good idea. He posted in the stream a while ago.
Nice CrossVS. I like it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Simple but effective, yes.
Very cool fact. Okay. Next thing, thanks to a lot of voting, this is the final. Well, this is the design that will be on one of the desk pads I've added a keyboard here for the scale, so you can actually see how big the whole print is and the whole desk pad, instead of just showing a big rectangle on screen. Compared to the last time, we changed the colors, I think, a tiny bit, simplified the whole design, changed a little bit, and made it more in balance with the whole pad. So it's pretty cool. It's a exploding bomb view of a Wooting 2 keyboard, which is really nice. Soon we will make a test. I think we're currently making a test sample now, I guess. Yeah. So we ordered a sample from a manufacturer, and I think only for the print on the glove, not without silicone, just to make it a bit easier and smoother. So that's very cool. So thanks everybody for the input and the feedback. This is something that is in the works. Now let's talk a little bit about the gray wrist rest to finalize the 10 minutes update. That already took more than 10 minutes. The gray wrist rest is coming. Jeroen already has a little bit of stock in Europe, but more stock is coming. And how it now looks is that on the 1st of December we will have everything in-house, and that's also when we start selling these gray wrist rests, and they will only be available in TKO models. December the 1st. Very cool.
The gray wrist is very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's my favorite color.
I think we sort of settled on the name of concrete gray. Concrete gray. It also feels like a concrete gray. It's very nice. It's a nice mixture of the blue or the black. Very relaxing, so to say. So very cool. Look forward towards that. No long pre-order periods. Just buy and get it the next few days.
So it will be available from, I think Caller said the 1st of December in the email.
Yeah.
But then I saw this morning, he said that, so in Europe, we already have them. Should I say that? Okay, I said it anyway. No, in Europe, we already have them, but we want to wait for the NA shipment to come in too, so that we can sell it together to kind of avoid angry North Americans. And I think this morning, the USPS tracking updated, which means that it is in the US now, like the TKL Grace shipment. But then I assume it hasn't gone through customs yet, and then also hasn't been received at the logistics provider yet. So from this point on, it could be like anywhere like 1 to 2 weeks or something like that before we are able to get them, put them live on the store. But then once we do, they will be able to ship right away.
Yeah, cool. Can't wait for that. I think that's it for the 10-minute update. So everybody on YouTube who's watching this, thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next update. Bye.
Bye.